What's up? Welcome to the Unstuck Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Koss, and you are in the right spot. This is where we discuss real life, real problems with real people. You're going to get unstuck. Now, while you're at it, make sure you subscribe and share this with a loved one. Let's get ready to get unstuck. What up, though? Today, we're getting it in with a brief session on consistency and building the consistency muscle. If you felt ever that like I'm just struggling, Drew, I am not consistent in certain areas, I want to bring you in and give you some advice. I'm not gonna make you do anything, but just want to give you some advice to help you out. So, welcome to the Unstuck Podcast. My name is Drew Koss. By now, if you've been on this podcast, you know who I am. If not, I'm Drew Koss, and I'm going to help you today. Consistency has to start with this thing. Write this down if you're taking notes. It has to start with clarity of where you want to go. If you do not know where you want to go, it's going to be extremely hard to be consistent. Why? Because you don't have a roadmap. I think it was The Wiz or The Wizard of Oz, or maybe it was Alice in Wonderland, when she was asked, like, where do you want to go? And she was like, I don't know. So then the answer was, well, then you can go anywhere because you don't know where you want to go. Clarity is number one. Usually when we think about goals and things like that, we are usually wanting to do those goals because someone is making us feel that we have to. So with clients, the first thing I usually have them do is write down, why do you want this specific goal? Is it something that you want, or is it something that people are telling you that you should have? And if it's something that people are telling you that you should have, I'm going to say, let's say this in a nice way. Ditch that. Unless it's something you really, really want. The reason why I say that is because when we start going after goals and we start going after greatness, it requires more than we think. I'm not going to come on here and lie to you and say that it's going to just be like a breeze. It's not. So clarity of what it is that you want, and is it something that you actually want? If it's not something you want, I'm going to say ditch it. We need to be clear. Why else do we need to be clear? Because clarity starts to just show us what we don't need to do. If your goal is to lose 50 pounds, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to do hours of cardio. It might mean you need to actually make your nutrition better. With that being said, if you're not clear if you want to lose 50 pounds or you just want to lose weight, you're not going to have a roadmap. You're going to more so just have like some vague goal that you're going after. So clarity is number one. The second one is going to be, this is going to shock you, accountability. Who am I going to have hold me accountable? Now, even with like anything, like I teach people how to podcast. Shout outs to my students who are building a podcast, who have started a podcast. Let's just stop there, because I feel that you want to create a podcast and you haven't. And I want to give you an offer. We have a 5-day VIP training where for 5 days you get on Zoom with me and my team. We teach you how to start your podcast, how to use it for your business, how to save time and stress doing it, and how to do it well. And I want to just say this. We've helped over 25 coaches do this, and all of our coaches have gotten past episode 10. If you look at statistics, it's only 10% of podcasters who get past episode 10. So holla at us, go.drewcost.com. Back to the show. Accountability is so important because you're starting to use a new muscle. You're starting to do something that's not common. It's a new thing. If I'm going to get the words right, neuroplasticity, when you're creating new paths and neurons in your mind, you need accountability, because your accountability partner is going to be the person who's letting you know, hey, you said you were going to do this and you haven't done it. Why? Your accountability partner is going to be the person who is like, hey, you need to be stepping your game up in this area, and this is why. Your accountability partner is like a gentle version of like a drill sergeant. They're helping you progress from A to B. Why is this something that gets skipped a lot? Because your accountability partner is usually somebody who you're comfortable with, and that's the wrong partner. Because that partner is going to let you slack. That partner is going to let you just slide. Instead, you need an accountability partner, and I can be one, right? There's a cost with that, but I can be one, where we find out, what do you want to do? What's stopping you? What do we need to do to move that barrier? And we take it from there. So number one, we got clarity. Number two, we have accountability. And then number three, which is usually one that we don't really hear a lot, is reward. We need some reward with going and embarking on this new journey. And why do we need rewards, Drew? Because without rewards, we're going to think of this new thing that we're going after as punishment. We don't need that. We're not punishing you. We're not punishing anybody for going after a goal that they said they wanted. More so, we are giving you the ability to rise to your next level of greatness. That's really what it is. The reason why we like rewards too is because most people never reward themselves for anything. And that gets scary. You need to be figuring out, like, what are some things that I do want? How do I go after them? And such and such. And we want that for you. So to recap again, right? Number one is clarity. Number two is accountability. Number three is rewards. And I have a program where we help you with all of that. It's usually through my one-on-one coaching, which I still offer at the moment, which is going to be coming down pretty soon because we're getting busy. We're going to be going only to group. But if you feel, Drew, I need a session to figure out why I'm stuck, how can you help me? How can I get unstuck? Go.drewcross.com, book an individual session, and we'll help you out. I would hate for you to go into another month, another year, another decade, knowing that this one area in your life is keeping you stuck. You having the potential to do it and break it, but you're not doing it. I would hate for you to carry that any longer. So go to my website, go.drewcross.com, subscribe to the channel so that we can help more people as we are helping you. And I apologize for this one being short. Co-host Aaliyah is somewhere around and she's about to come down and rip the mic. So you guys know what I'm going to say. I'm out of here. I cannot say thank you enough for listening to this episode. Do me a favor, subscribe and share it with a friend. Okay. Help us help more people as we share a message of getting unstuck with real life problems with real people solving them. Be great.